Okay, you're fine and it's nice to hear from you. Now, this afternoon, since we already talked about the debate yesterday, now I have given you instruction to choose a topic, a certain topic wherein you're going to make or present a debate this afternoon. Okay, have you already chosen your topic?
Yes.
Okay, it's nice to hear that you already chosen your topic. Now, before we're going to proceed in our activity this afternoon, let's have our objectives. Everybody read?
Engage as a community situation using accessible, polite, and meaningful communicative strategies through debate.
And second one,
Respond appropriately and effectively to the task given by the opponent.
okay, now at the end of this activity, of course, you're expected to engage in a communicative situation through a debate. And of course, you're going to respond appropriately with the opinion given by or the facts given by your opponent through your debate. Is it clear, class?
Yes.
Okay, now of course, if there is a particular performance task, we also have the criteria. And the criteria are, first is the clarity of content, which is 20 points. Okay, second, the proper use of prosodic features and the use of nonverbal communication. We have proper use of prosodic features. What is that? That is the use of the diction, the stress, the intonation in speaking or in giving your thoughts or ideas. And the use of nonverbal communication, that is your gestures. Okay, sometimes we use gestures in order to emphasize our thoughts, right? Okay, so we have the total points of 50 points. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let's have our first presenter from the group of Miss Silongan. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Princess Silongan. I am moderator of this debate. The topic we choose is about, is television an effective tool in building the mind of the children? According to a study, only 23% of children watch television for 2 hours a day, while 47% see more than 2 hours and less than 4 hours. On the other hand, 23% are sitting in front of this device, see more than 4 hours and less than 8 hours every day, while 7% more than 8 hours every day. The question is television an effective tool in building the mind of the children? This question makes the two teams debate. On this side, we have affirmative, which means they are agree that television is an effective tool in building young minds. We have Shelo Naga, Nesmalin Mulod, Lani Malubay, Mary Joy Malubay, and Jared Balangkaw. And on this side, we have Lizara Berlin, Mary Michelle Montaño, Asna Abay, Matos Geraldine, and Durel Vilio. This side is opposition, which means they are disagree from the given statement. This moment, these two teams are going to argue about this topic. And let's begin to affirmative side.
We are agreeing the statement that television is a tool involving the mind of the student. As a matter of fact, one of its advantages, it is act as a source of entertainment and learning. There are many educational programs for children, whether formal or non-formal, like Dora the Explorer and Mickey Mouse House. There are also channels dedicated especially to children. This is to say, there are endless programs that can help us entertain our children while having fun and learning.
Indeed, you're right. However, there is what we call abuse in watching television. According to the data presented, and it was mentioned a while ago, there are many children who spend many hours in the front of television. either in the presence of their parents or alone. This can affect their development and create a feeling of addiction, which when it is on television, it's termed tele-addiction.
Of course, they are spending much time in watching TV for the different purpose, like watching news. Television allows people to know what are happening inside and even outside the country.
But don't you know, by watching news like crimes often seduce young child. And unfortunately, it increases violence. If you have noticed, there are not only educational programs or children's channels dedicated entirely to minors on television. There are a wide range of channels, programs and films that among other characteristics are known to be violent and present high degree of aggressiveness and age content. Children not only see program according to their age, they see also this type of content that is not very recommendable, and this can influence their behavior.
If that is the case, I know you are concerned with the welfare of the children, but may I remind you, in every program in the television, we are always reminded by the MTRCB that parents should always guide and monitor their children. And if you already know that particular show on the program on the television is not appropriate to the young ones, why you are still allowing them to watch that particular show?
But how about the duration or span of watching TV? Definitely, it can cause attention problems. Children are at risk for alteration in the development of gait as well as delay. Due to long exposure to television, according to Develyn 2006, therefore, it is important that they have a daily schedule that controls the time spent watching the TV.
I understand what you are trying to say. Speaking of schedule, of course. Parents know when and how long are going to allow their children to watch TV. Shall I say limitation? Yes, indeed. There should be a limitation.
But may I remind you that prolonged exposure may affect their studies. According to Rio et al. 2003, and I quote, "We have to control the time that our child spends in front of television, as it can negatively affect his or her school performance. This is very common for children to spend many hours without supervision and forget that they have to do homework or do not rest properly because they go to bed late watching programs."
If that is the problem, as I have said before, parents should always make sure that the child has already done his homeworks before watching TV. I think it's a matter of discipline in the part of the parents.
How about the effect of television to their health? I'm sure it can cause a physical problem due to the great time that's spent in front of television. We present a physical problem, especially on their sight.
But television allows children to relax, think to TV series or children's program. It can sometimes be easy to relax and sometimes incorporate songs that calm them, or even allow them to be distracted and sit still. In addition, it makes them too easy to learn and develop their skills like singing and dancing. And we believe that the more senses involved, the better and easier they learn.
On the other hand, television makes a child busy, especially in making their homeworks. The question is, how? For instance, teacher would give them a performance task, which is to create their own propaganda or advertisement. However, instead of making or creating their own advertisement, since there are lots of advertisement in television, now they are just going to copy or imitate from what they've seen in television.
In the given scenario, I think the teacher will also give it a criteria in assessing their poor performance. And one of those is originality, right? From that, I don't think they will imitate what they have seen from the TV.
Aside from that, don't you know that watching television provides a bonding time with the family? It is possible to make it a rule to watch television on a schedule while all the members of the family can, so that it is possible to control what our child foments the bonds of union and communication in the bosom family.
As we see, have witnessed the two teams have a different ideas, or why not television is an effective tool to develop the mind of the children. As we see, they have also their teams as affirmative or opposition. They presented facts and they able to defend their respective teams. In conclusion, television is a means of communication that more accessible to children at home. Therefore, it must be considered alongside the new technologies that have now developed as one of the main agents that influence the lives of children. On the other side, we must also bear in mind that it can influence both negatively and positively in children. That is, mean of communication has advantages and disadvantages in children. We are responsible on the effect of the television to the child growth and the development, and so it must be properly used. Moreover, setting limitation is very necessary, as they always say, too much of everything is dangerous. Let us thank you.
Now, based on your performance, I just would like to congratulate everybody for you have given clearly your ideas. Each team, the affirmative team and the opposition, has given clearly or they stated clearly their ideas, and I also appreciate the efforts because you do some research, not only you have given your opinions, but you have searched from the internet, because I have heard a while ago that you quoted some lines from a research study, am I right? Yes. Okay, so I appreciate that effort. Next is, I am also happy that each team has cooperated with the presentation, and of course, looking at your presentation, we believe that there is always room for improvement, right? And I have noticed in prosodic features, there are some mispronounced words. So in presenting our ideas, you must be relaxed, and then you have to clearly and slowly speak so that you can convey clearly your ideas. And then for non-verbal, now some of you have used non-verbal communications, however, some did not. So you can improve that one. So out of 50, you've got 45 points. So let's give again a big round of applause for everybody. Let's call it a day, and once again, goodbye class.